So, you're standing in your bedroom, looking at that perfect outfit, and then it hits you. That little knot in your stomach because you have a flight to catch. We've all been there, right? You want to be your authentic self, you want to feel confident, but then there's that looming shadow of the airport security line. Honestly, the TSA can feel like the final boss of travel when you're gender nonconforming or cross-dressing. You're wondering, will the scanner flag me? Will I have to explain myself to a stranger in a uniform? Is this going to be a whole scene? Listen, I hear you, and I felt that exact same hesitation. But here's the thing. You deserve to travel with dignity, and you deserve to take up space in that terminal just like anyone else. Welcome back to My Life, My Rules, where we navigate the world on our own terms. Today, we are talking all about flying while cross-dressed, specifically how to handle the TSA with your head held high and your peace of mind intact. Let's just start with the big elephant in the room, the scanners. You know the ones where you have to stand like a starfish while a machine whirs around you. These are called Advanced Imaging Technology, or AIT. Here is a little insider info that might make you feel a bit more prepared. The way these machines work is actually pretty binary. The officer outside the machine presses a button based on your perceived gender, either pink for female or blue for male. Then, the software looks for anomalies based on that specific body map. So, if the officer presses female and the machine detects something in the groin area, like a packer or just, well, your anatomy, it might trigger an alarm. Conversely, if they press male and you're wearing a chest binder or breast forms, it might flag the chest area. It's frustrating, I know. It feels like the technology is literally built to misunderstand us. But knowing that it's just a computer looking for a pattern can help take some of the personal sting out of it. If it beeps, it's not because you did something wrong. It's just the machine being a machine. Now, if you do get flagged, what happens next? Usually, it means a pat down. I know. The phrase alone is enough to make anyone's heart race. But you have rights, and knowing them is your biggest superpower. First off, you have the right to a pat down by an officer of the same gender as the one you are presenting as. If you're dressed as a woman, you can request a female officer. If that makes you feel more comfortable, speak up. You can also request a private screening. If you don't want to be patted down in front of 100 tired travelers, just say, "I'd like this to be done in private." They have to bring a witness, so it'll be you and 2 officers in a separate room. Sometimes, having that bit of privacy can make a world of difference in how you feel afterward. You're in control of your body, even in a security line. Here's a pro tip that a lot of people in our community swear by: the TSA notification card. You can actually go to the TSA website and print out a small, discreet card that says you have a medical condition or a circumstance you'd like to keep private. You don't have to list exactly what's going on, but you can hand it to the officer before you go through the scanner. It's a silent way to say, "Hey, I'm wearing something under my clothes that might set off your machine. Let's handle this quietly." It saves you from having to explain yourself out loud in a noisy, crowded area. It's all about minimizing the stress, you know? Let's talk about the paperwork for a second. Your ID. This is a big one for a lot of folks. The TSA's official policy is that the name on your boarding pass must match the name on your government-issued ID. However, the gender on your ID doesn't actually have to match your presentation. TSA officers are trained to focus on identity verification, not gender policing. So, if your ID says Mark but you're standing there in a beautiful sundress and a wig, that is perfectly okay. They're looking at your face and your birthday, not your skirt. If an officer gives you a hard time about your appearance not matching your ID, you can calmly ask for a supervisor. Most of the time, the frontline officers just want to get the line moving, but if you run into someone who's being difficult, remember that their job is security, not fashion critiquing. Speaking of fashion, let's talk about packing and prosthetics. If you're traveling with breast forms, gaffs, or wigs in your carry-on, don't sweat it. TSA sees this stuff all the time. Seriously, they've seen everything. If you're worried about them pulling a pair of silicone forms out of your bag in front of everyone, you can put them in a clear plastic bag with a little note inside. Or, better yet, check that bag if you're worried about the visual. But honestly, they're looking for liquids and electronics. A wig is just hair. A breast form is just silicone.
To them, it's just more stuff to scan.
If they do need to inspect your bag, you can again ask for that to be done in a private area. Your privacy is a right, not a favor you have to beg for. I want to take a second to just acknowledge the emotional weight of all of this. It's exhausting, isn't it? Having to prep for a flight like you're going into a legal battle.
It shouldn't be this way.
But I want you to remember why you're doing it. You're doing it because you refuse to dim your light. You're doing it because your identity isn't something you leave at the departure's gate. Every time one of us walks through that security line with confidence, we are making it just a little bit easier for the next person. We are normalizing our existence in public spaces. You aren't just a traveler. You're a pioneer in a very chic outfit. If you're feeling extra nervous, consider signing up for TSA PreCheck. It's a bit of an investment and involves a background check, but oh my gosh, it is a game changer. With PreCheck, you usually go through a standard metal detector instead of the full-body AIT scanner. You get to keep your shoes on, keep your light jacket on, and usually the whole process is much faster and less invasive. It's like a fast pass for your sanity. If you travel more than once or twice a year, I cannot recommend it enough. It removes so many of those what-if scenarios that keep us up the night before a trip. So, let's recap the game plan for your next trip. Know the tech. The scanners are looking for patterns, not people. Know your rights. Private screenings and same-gender officers are your call to make. Use the tools available like the notification card or PreCheck. And most importantly, hold on to your confidence. You have every right to be there. You are not a red flag or a problem to be solved. You are a human being going on a journey, whether it's for work, for vacation, or to see family. When you finally get through that line and you're sitting at your gate with a coffee, take a deep breath. You did it. You navigated a system that wasn't necessarily built for us, and you did it with grace. That's something to be proud of. Traveling as your true self is an act of courage, and I'm so incredibly proud of you for choosing that path. The world is huge, and it's waiting for you to see it. Don't let a security gate keep you from your adventures. I'd love to hear from you now. Have you traveled while cross-dressed or as a gender nonconforming person? What was your experience like? Do you have any tips or hacks that made the process easier for you? Share your stories in the comments below. We're a community, and your advice might be the exact thing someone else needs to hear to feel brave enough to book that ticket. If this video helped you feel a little more prepared, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to My Life, My Rules. We're all about empowering each other and living our lives out loud, one day at a time. And hey, if you want more travel tips or queer lifestyle advice, check out our playlist on navigating public spaces. Safe travels, my friends. Keep being you, keep being beautiful, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching till now. It means the world to have you here. This community is all about empowering each other and celebrating the incredible journeys of everyone on their path to living authentically. If you're ever feeling lost or alone, remember you have a whole family here for you. Hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, and let's keep inspiring each other, sending you all the love and strength in the world. Until next time, live your life by your rules.